welcome. I'm Tyler, and I want to talk to you about our top picks in OTG, that is to say over the glass goggles. This is for prescription wearers, people who wear glasses and they need glasses to see. What is your solution when it comes to wearing snow goggles? I also want to get out of the way. I promise you I'm going to get into these goggles in good faith. I will tell you what to expect out of them. They are all OTG and they are all great goggles, but I want to make sure that before that you are aware of this. This is our prescription insert. This goes inside the goggle. That way you don't have to jam your nice glasses inside the goggle and deal with all of the issues that do come along with that. I am very obviously biased toward the insert. I think the insert's a way better system. Again, I know it's odd I'm talking about this in an OTG video where we're talking about the best OTGs, but maybe you didn't know about the prescription insert. Maybe you didn't know this was a solution and actually a better solution. If you are interested in that, I did another video entirely on OTG versus inserts and different prescription options. And you'll see I am very biased toward this. I am a prescription wearer myself, and it's amazing, so much better than jamming your glasses into your goggles. Okay, now that you are aware of that, I am going to get into these. By the way, before I get out of it too far, this insert, in the event that at the end of this, you're like, oh, I don't need an OTG. I want to go with a prescription insert, but I do like one of those goggles. This insert design, we have a few different designs. This insert still works. The insert system, that is, still works in all of these goggles. So there you go. All right, now let's get into specifically what to expect out of our top picks in the world of OTG. First off, we have the Smith IO Mag. This is the XL version, which means that it's going to be a large to extra large fit. There is also a medium and a small version. The medium is just the IO Mag. The small is the IO Mag S. They did make it very easy for us. We can't talk snow goggles without talking Smith. This is a spherical lens. You do get a bonus lens, both of them Chromopop. Chromopop is their tint technology. It's amazing at boosting color, boosting contrast, really good snow perception, really amazing lenses. Oh, and by the way, while I'm talking about each one of these, well, they're all gonna share the same OTG method. So there are, as far as I'm aware, two options for how to approach an OTG goggle. The first is going to be a cutout in the actual foam, where you'll see the foam design is cutting out and around temples. When you jam your glasses in the goggles, it's going to disrupt that foam. Well, in this case, it's going to disrupt the foam. In the cutouts, it disrupts it either none or less so. What they do in the other option or the other design is they'll make a cutout in the actual goggle chassis, in the goggle frame, to allow the foam to collapse a little more into the goggle itself, allowing your frame temples to sit a little more comfortably behind that goggle. One thing to note with this design is that it will allow a little more airflow because your temples are pushing the foam, and it kind of breaks that seal a little bit. Just something to be aware of. And then I'll give you an example of what this looks like on my face. Keep in mind, I have larger glasses here. That tends to be my preference. Not everyone has big, bold glasses like I do. And so this probably won't be as much of an issue if you do decide to go the route of an OTG. But let's show you, this is a little bit tight. Let's show you what it looks like when I try to jam my glasses into these. I anticipate they're not gonna be, yeah, it works. So it's just, I noticed that it presses it against my nose a lot more, but as you can see there, it fits. The XL actually is a little large for me. I'm more the medium size, but there you go. That's the XL. Again, there is, look at all this, everything came off of me. So the XL is not the only size. Obviously, you can get the medium or the small. Next up, the Zeal Optics Lookout. Zeal is a brand that I feel like gets slept on way too much. Zeal makes great goggles. They're a little more eco-friendly, a little more eco-conscious. They do, in the Lookout, a rail lock system for their interchange. You do get a bonus lens with this as well. You have a good selection of lenses, including polarized and photochromic, which not every goggle brand offers. Many do not actually, but a pretty simple and effective, very secure lens swap system here with the rail lock system. They also boast their PermaShield hard coat, which is a coating on the backside of the lens. It's both a hard coat, scratch coat, as well as an anti-fog coating, which is fixed to the lens, which means it doesn't wipe off. These really don't fit me well with this particular pair of glasses. So that's something to be aware of when you're getting OTG. I can tell you in good faith that these are great OTG goggles, but I can't guarantee you that they're gonna fit you and your particular eyeglasses. For instance, these do not fit my glasses well at all. So these wouldn't be a good pick for these frames, but I do have smaller ones that I bet they would work with. The other thing that you're getting with the Lookout is their observation deck technology, which is really cool. It's a little bit more what we call in the optical world pantoscopic tilt. So you get a little more distance from your face at the top of the lens and a little less distance at the bottom, which is going to give you much better down the mountain visibility. Observation deck technology. Love Zeal. And when it comes to sizing, this is more of a large fit, a little bit big on me, but still definitely usable, and obviously a cylindrical lens design, if I didn't mention that already. Next up, we have the Anon Sync, another cylindrical design, which is definitely big in the younger demographic. I think that cylindrical design, that kind of more classic look, is very popular. Also, it gives you a ton of visibility peripherally. The Sync is amazing. It is a part of their magnetic lineup, so they do have their magnetic tech in this. However, it's their M Fusion. So it's not like the M4, M3, that whole M lineup, in that the goggle lens is only held on by magnets. This is held on by magnets with a quick flip switch here, which is super easy to manage and really straightforward and a little more secure for those of you who worry about that, which I don't think you need to, but whatever. Awesome goggle. I like this one as well. Also MFI compatible. It doesn't come with an MFI when you get the goggle itself, but it is compatible, and it actually comes with, as you can see down here, the chassis that you need for that MFI. And look how easy that goes on, even with the goggle on my face. Anyway, this fits a little bit better, even with my glasses, my big oversized glasses. And so great, awesome goggle. Really good for OTG compatibility as well. Something else that you're gonna get with the Anon Sync is full frame venting all the way around, top, bottom, and sides, which not every goggle boasts. So that's a really cool option there. Oh, also bonus lens with this as well. And next up, we have a new addition to the snow goggle world. 100% is finally making snow goggles. They're awesome, long celebrated tenure in the MX goggle world, motocross goggle world, and even more recently, amazing sunglasses, but now finally snow goggles. And this is the Norg, really exciting design and nicely OTG compatible. I will say they fit okay with my glasses. They're a little bit uncomfortable, but overall okay. This is a large fit, and it has a really simple magnetic. Let's see if I can get it off of the goggle while I'm wearing it. Really simple magnetic fit, and you can see a little bit here where what the foam looks like when you're wearing your glasses. My nose is a little pinched, as you can hear by my voice. So it works, it's functional, it's nice if you don't want to have to deal with anything else, but something to keep in mind when you're wearing it with your glasses, it's not going to be the most comfortable experience in the world. They, like I said, only magnets hold this on to the goggle chassis. They call it their Gravitate 8 because there are 8 magnets holding the lens on the system interchange. And then the 3D plane lens tech, which is really cool design-wise, aesthetically and functionally, with the kind of bezeling or beveling over the edge with this lens. Also the flaring out around the nose and the bottom, kind of a semi nose guard design, which I think is really neat. But the function behind this is that you have more structural integrity while allowing the frame still to maintain its flexibility and keeping it super comfortable. That lens isn't popping off even as you twist the goggle, which is really nice. Cool goggle there as well. Last but not least, at least in the adults, if you can see here, we have 2 more. These are for the kids. We have a Giro. This is the Lusi, actually designed with women in mind. Not that they are exclusive, they are totally inclusive. So I'll throw this on as well, just for good measure. And a little bit smaller. This is more of a medium fit. So my glasses are a little bit tight in there, as you can see. Overall, a smaller goggle, but still a solid goggle. They use their, what they call their slash seal interchange system, which is pretty straightforward. It's just the goggle kind of pulls away from the chassis there, but it does have kind of a rimless, more of a rimless design. Semi-rimless because you see a little bit on the bottom, but regardless, I still call it rimless. And in the kids section, first off, we have the Smith Grom. This is more of a small to even extra small, even in the kids section. But this has been a long running, our go-to recommendation when it comes to kids snow goggles. You have the possibility of ChromaPop, their lens technology in this, of course, which is really cool. But to save a few extra bucks, you can also go with a more standard tint. I think it's worth the extra money. I think it's an extra like 20 bucks to get the ChromaPop, and it is a better experience looking at the snow. Even if you're buying this for your little one, I think it's totally worth it. And I'm not even gonna bother trying these on because they're so itty bitty, but this does have that same notch in the goggle frame to allow for the temple to depress the foam and fit a little more comfortably. Last but not least, we have another Anon. This is the Relapse Jr. I love this goggle. This is my favorite youth goggle, I would say, not just because I love Anon, but because of all of the features that you get with this. Unfortunately, not their perceive lens tech. However, you have crazy ventilation. You also have double layer foam. And the thing that I love is the MFI. So like I mentioned in the Sync, which doesn't come with the actual mask itself. You do get the mask with the Relapse Jr, where it just connects via magnets. The face mask connects to the bottom of the goggle. Amazing, really the best face mask setup design I have ever come across. And so there you go. I think that pretty well wraps it up. Hopefully you found your new go-to goggle for this season. So now that you know you can get any goggle you want with our inserts, you should check out our top picks for this season. Hopefully this was interesting or helpful. If so, throw us a like because that helps us out. Subscribe. We have way more content like this that I think you might just like. We also have great content on our social media outlets, and I think you should check us out there too. And thank you for watching.